Hey guys, and we are here for a cup of Joe with John, and we are streaming live to you guys on the Pilot TV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch, so make sure you guys are checking those out, and we'll shoot you out some luck for checking in, and we'll shoot you out some automatic luck for actually being at one of those locations that just got a brand new Pilot TV.
100%, and some of those places we just sent them out to include the Whiskey Hill Grill, the Maurer Brothers Liquor, Pooter's Sports Bar, Tony's Saloon, the Stumble Inn, BJ's Bar and Grill, the TJ's Tavern on an off sale, and Kim's Saloon and Grill.
Definitely a great list there, and I'm super excited to see more Pilot TVs going to be added to this list really, really soon. Yeah. As I heard of a really big location getting a Pilot TV, I think is tomorrow, is American Legion Fridley.
Oh, okay, yeah, yes. That's a big one.
Definitely a fun one to see getting a Pilot TV. If you guys have players that watch on the Player Connect app all the time, you should definitely think about getting a Pilot TV as well.
Very true.
But we're giving out lots of jackpots, and we give out, no matter if you have a Pilot TV or not, we got these jackpots in line for you. And the first one being the Vikings Bingo, 25-cent edition that happens during our lunchtime. There's $7,762 available on that lunchtime bingo, and you can win it in 52 balls or less. Not a bad prize.
No, not bad at all, but right afterwards from 1 to 4 p.m., we got the jackpot 125-cent cards, and the minor is looking pretty good to start things off. It's a 56 balls or less to win, and it's at $82.34.
Yeah, only needs $18 before it hits that 100-ball count. As you know, that minor jackpot in the jackpot 125-cent edition, every $50, it clicks up a 4-ball count. So it's already clicked up once from 52 to 56, but it'll be clicking up from 56 to 60 in just $18. So should happen very, very quickly in those 25-cent editions of Jackpot Hunter. But the very next games you get in from 4 to 6 is some game day bingo. We've been having a blast playing some game day bingo this week, and it's the 50-cent card edition of game day bingo, where the large frame's looking real good, $3,808 that you take home in 51 balls or less. And that's not to mention that a small jackpot can be won in, I think, 52 balls or less, and clicks up 2 balls every single game. So it's a really, really easy jackpot.
Awesome stuff. So yeah, definitely try and get in on that one. But afterwards, from about 6 to 7, and then from 9 to 10, we got the Skull Bingo $1 cards rolling around, and they're looking pretty good tonight. And on the coverall jackpot especially is looking really good. It's at $31,753 in 50 balls or less to win. Definitely looking pretty good for the Skull Bingo. But there is a little bit of an interruption between the two windows of Skull Bingo, but we'll be getting to that in just a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah, I'm super excited for tonight. But the jackpots that went out yesterday, we got to talk about them before we get into our schedule of live bingo. And the very first one that went out yesterday went out to Sherry G over at Mission Tavern, taking home a nice $759 jackpot.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to you, Sherry. But ending off the night, it was JPAAV over at Mama T's Castle Tab, taking away $816. Nice job to you, JPAAV.
Yeah, good job to both the winners on that Tuesday. Hopefully we can increase the number of jackpots that go out today on this Wednesday, and you guys can win some jackpots. Maybe not make our list, but win some jackpots nonetheless in our newest E-Tab game, Stinkin' Rich. It's a super fun E-Tab game where you can even check out the bonus round, which is the Keys to Riches bonus, where you could take home some really nice prizes.
Awesome stuff. Definitely check it out and let us know what you think. But we do have some cool weather stuff to check out today over in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Ooh, the largest city in Minnesota.
That's right. So let's take a look what's going on. Looks like there is going to be some showers early on. Then it's going to be clearing up with ample sunshine by the afternoon.
Not bad.
It's going to be also much cooler, with the high being at 67 degrees Fahrenheit. The winds are going to be blowing northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour with a chance of rain at 60%.
Yeah, I don't mind a nice rainy morning that leads into a sunshiny afternoon. I
Yeah.
feel like those are usually pretty nice.
Yeah, very true.
Only in the springtime do I not like them, because you still have all the snow on the ground, and basically it just turns it into slush, and then you just are walking around in slush if you're outside. So that's the only time where I don't like it. But in the fall time, I feel like it works out nicely. But tonight we're heading into some clear skies, no rain showers. It's a low of 48 degrees with winds north to northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. That sunset is going to be at 7:11 p.m. for you guys.
Awesome stuff. Looking pretty good for tonight. But we do have a lot of awesome stuff to go into for our daily bingo schedule. We start off every day with the Vikings bingo, the 25-cent cards. We play from 12 to 1 p.m. And during that time today, you can get a chance at over $7,762. And that's available in 52 balls or less, like it always is.
Yeah, but every day from 12 to 1, you can take home points towards our lunchtime bingo standings, the combination of Twins and Vikings bingo, the Twiking zone. We did have a little bit of shakeups in these standings, but we'll just start off and just talk about the 100,000 point club as a whole, because this is a really competitive group. In sixth place, we have Caribou over at the Trail Stop Tavern with 119,000 points. With 146,000 points in fifth place, we got Mikey Wins over at the Broadway Bar and Pizza Chaplain. Fourth place is Loser Dave at VFW Spring Lake Park with 163,000 points, trying to catch up to that tight race in our top three. And it's, a really close race in this top three, as it is a tie for second. Just getting into second place previously in third, we got Nan at Corky's Bar South Haven, tying it up with the already in second place Sin Bob, also who plays at Corky's Bar South Haven, a rivalry in-house, but they both have 177,000 points. Do you have a predicted player to get out of this tie today?
Man, I think I might give it to Nan. I think Nan has been such a consistent player this season.
Well, just to be contrarian, I'm going to say Sin Bob. I think he's a big-time player, and I feel like you can't go wrong with either of these selections.
True.
The number one player in these standings, though, is Scrub Eye at VFW Blaine with 187,000 points.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to you guys. But, of course, those location standings are looking pretty crazy, because we have the top 8 of people in the 100,000 point club or higher. So it's looking pretty crazy. But the other two are actually not too far away from each other outside of the 100,000 point club. It's Cooper's Restaurant in Eagan in 10th with 69,000 points. And 9th place is Halfley's Bar in Richmond with 76,000 points. So a little bit of a race going from outside of the point club.
Yeah, but 7,000 points can be made up in a hurry, especially in Vikings bingo, where, there's 3 different prizes available, opportunities to earn those points, so they rack up quick.
Very true. Yeah, especially when you're talking about those location standings. But the top 8 is looking pretty crazy, and it's standing like this. The top 8 starts with Carboni's Pizza over in CR Billiards with 107,000 points. The 7th place spot is Miniger Sports Hub in La Crescent with 108,000 points, only 1,000 points ahead of 8th.
Yeah, a really close race between 2 top locations.
Very, very true. And then we take a little bit of a leap to 6th place, but they are very, very close to 5th. In 6th, we got our place on 3rd and Faribault with 182,000 points, but only 3,000 points ahead. In 5th, it's VFW Blaine with 185,000 points.
Yeah, a definite close race there. And, I can't predict who's going to be coming out of that virtual tie in these standings. But then you get into the 4th place spot, and that's when you kind of start getting into no man's land.
Very, very true. Yeah, no, 4th place. In the next point club, it's Poppers in Virginia. They got 253,000 points. Kind of a jump from 5th place, but also a little bit away from the top 3.
Yes.
They got a while to go. Because in 3rd place, it's Corky's Bar in South Haven, and they got 336,000 points. Another big leap away from 4th. But then in 2nd, not too far away, they're kind of racing with 3rd. It's 2nd place American Legion Fridley, and they got 357,000 points. Still a pretty good chunk ahead.
Oh, yeah.
But in 1st place, They're 2 point clubs ahead. It's VFW Spring Lake Park in first, and they got 515,000 points.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to see if VFW Spring Lake Park can get into the 1 million point club again this season. They were the first location to ever do so just last season during our lunchtime bingo standings. We'll see if they can end up doing it this season as well. But 515 points, definitely nice stuff. But we have a bunch of nice E-Tab games that you can play as well. Some of our most popular games are in those E-Tabs, and we're listening to one of our Minnesota-themed ones that takes a little look at the history of the Iron Range out there in Minnesota, and you guys can check it out. It's called Home on the Range. You can check that one out, or the 70 different Charitable E-Tab games, because you can play any of those games anytime and win prizes up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 with awesome bonus and free play rounds. They're all a lot of fun.
Awesome stuff. Definitely check them out and let us know which one is your favorite. But in the meantime, right after lunch hour, we got the Jackpot Hunter 25-cent cards popping in. They're running today from 1 to 4 p.m. And during that time, you can get a chance at the minor. It's at $82.34 and 56 balls or less to win. And like we were saying earlier, it clicks up in every $50 and it clicks up by 4 balls. So only 18 more bucks, and you can get a chance at it at 60 balls or less.
Yeah, really easy win. So definitely come out for the very first part. But I mean, the other prizes, I mean, not too bad there either.
Yeah, honestly, the major right now is at $1,216 and 49 balls or less to win.
Probably want to see that click up one more time before it gets competitive to win that jackpot.
Very true. But that mega jackpot, it did go out somewhat recently, so it has yet to click up in ball count again, but it's at 43 balls or less to win right now. It's at 25 grand.
Oh, yeah, and if someone can set the record by, I think, 3 balls of what I've seen it go a jackpot go out in 46 balls.
Okay.
I've never seen it go any lower than that. And
That'd be
so
crazy.
if they could get 3 balls earlier and get that 43 ball or less jackpot, I mean, I'd go absolutely nuts.
Yeah, because they'd have to get a coverall in 43 balls.
Yes.
And wow, so that would be pretty crazy.
It would be
like,
very, very
that'd be almost
impressive.
like a perfect game.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, definitely would have to be. It could be some interesting stuff. So come out from 1 to 4 to try your hand at it. But definitely come out for our happy hour bingo. That runs from 4 all the way till 6 o'clock, and it starts off with some lucky 4 bingo at 4 p.m. There's $35,808 available in that game of lucky 4 bingo, and we only have 2 opportunities of it today. One at 4 p.m. and one at 6 p.m. So come out for both opportunities. And in between there, play a little bit of Game Day Bingo. It's a super fun game that we just introduced a few weeks ago. We've kind of been slowly implementing it in, but now it's our happy hour bingo. It's 50 cents a card, and it runs from 4 all the way till 6. The coverall's at $10,000. You can win in 45 balls or less. The large frame is at $3,808. You can win in 51 balls or less. Not bad right there, and may even go out during that game day from 4 to 6. And the line prize, that is the prize to watch for. It's starting off at $0, but it's at 52 balls or less. Only needs 1 game for it to click up from 52 to 54. And then from 54 to 56, it just needs another game after that. Every single game, no matter what the money amount is, it clicks up 2 balls, making it super exciting. So definitely come out for Game Day Bingo from 4 all the way till 6.
Very true. Yeah, we were able to give out the jackpot in the very last game, and it went out between like 4 different people. It was so
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely some fun stuff in that Game Day Bingo, and I can't wait to play some more. As I haven't gotten a real good opportunity to play a lot of it. Just last happy hour was my first full happy hour of Game Day Bingo, and it was a blast.
Nice. Yeah, no, definitely a fun game. I do like the minor jackpot a lot. It's pretty cool. It just clicks up every single game. But of course, we do have some standings to get into regarding those happy hour standings, and they haven't been updated since the merger of Jackpot Hunter and Skull Bingo.
Yes.
But we are going to get it done soon. So in the meantime, we'll be going through those initial standings. Starting it off in 10th place is a 3-way tie between Wolfstein over at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards, Crazy Kid over at Tasty Pizza Hangar 45, and Jay Surma over at Grumpy's Bar and Grill in Roseville. They all got 10,000 points.
Yeah, Wolf Stein, he actually corrected me and said it's not Wolfstein.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Wolfstein.
Yeah, I keep saying
I've always said
Wolfstein. Yeah,
Wolfstein.
he said that when we were there, and I noticed it. But I do keep saying Wolfstein.
Wolfstein. I always want to say Wolfstein. It's what I've always said. So changing it to Wolfstein is going to take a lot of reminding. reminders for me, but I'll help you out as well.
Oh, 100%.
Because that will help me remember too.
Yeah.
But continue on with the standings.
But of course, in 7th place, it's a 3-way tie between Dustball 75 over at Charlie's Sports Bar and Grill, Tesla over at Friends Bar and Restaurant, and Kirby over at American Legion Fridley. They all got 11,000 points in 7th place. 6th place is Lucky Ride over at South Street Saloon with 12,000 points. 5th place is Chica over at Willie McCoy's of Andover with 13,000 points. 4th place is Billany over at VFW Blaine with 15,000 points. 3rd is O'Lars over at Onamia Vets Club or Onamia Vets Club with 17,000 points. 2nd is Brother Nate over at Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar in Burnsville with 20,000 points. And 1st place is Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 38,000 points.
Definitely a crazy standings there, and good job catching Onamia, because I would have probably said Onamia.
Yeah.
Just how we said it, and that's another one we got corrected on over this last week spending in Minnesota. But onto the location side of the standings, and in 10th place we got the Dugout Bar and Grill in Bethel, 16,000 points, 17,000 points for the 2 locations in 8th, the Barrel House Bar and Cafe and Willie McCoy's of Andover. 7th place is Carboni's Pizza Sports Bar Burnsville with 19,000 points. With 23,000 points in 6th place, we got VFW Blaine. 5th place is the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 in Hilltop with 26,000 points. With 33,000 points in 4th place, we got American Legion Fridley. 3rd place is VFW Spring Lake Park with 44,000 points. With 46,000 points in 2nd place, we got Onamia Vets Club. And in 1st place, Onamia Vets Club with 46,000 points. And in 1st place, we got Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with a whopping 80,000 points.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to all of the players and locations in the top 10s. But of course, after that second chance at Lucky Ford Bingo ending off the happy hour stream right at 6 p.m., we do have some Skull Bingo $1 cards happening tonight from 6 to 7, and then afterwards about 9 to 10 p.m. During that time, you can get a chance at the line prize is at $135 and 10 balls or less to win. The large frame is at $2,400 and 43 balls or less to win. And the coverall jackpot's looking pretty good. It's at $31,750 and 50 balls or less to win.
Definitely some awesome stuff. And just last night, we had an awesome interruption to those games, MegaSota game night. And that starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Tony and Nikki bring a bunch of great PGL action. And we're not able to give out their grand finale of Jackpot Jungle, $36,585. So make sure you guys are coming out at next Tuesday to try and win that great jackpot in 54 balls or less. But tonight we have another PGL night where me and Will are coming live for a Twins Wednesday, and that runs from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday. And we should be giving out a bunch of PGL points as well as some great prizes. And I think we're going to be running some Wipeout Blackout as our grand finale, which is always super fun.
Awesome stuff. So definitely come on out tonight from 7 to 9. It's going to be a ton of fun going through those PGL games. But in order to compete with those other PGL players on the standings and able to get onto the Player Connect app and all that good stuff, you got to sign up at pgl.world to become a member of our league. PGL players compete for points, and they have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great info in it. So definitely check it out and sign up at pgl.world today.
Yeah, new members that just got signed up: J. Marie, Otter1, West Die, Epiphany G, RJL Roy, HH246, Heidi H16, Jules, Andre, Squilliam, Bartender, Telewatt1, Remmer89, SNM, Jeff D, Tracy56, Lucky GPA, Barb K, Hikukaka, Ms. Wolf, Sarah Liz, Bakonk, Too Fresh, MJT, and 4 Broke 1.
Awesome stuff. Well, welcome to the PGL, everybody. Hopefully we can see you getting on those standings soon. But we do have some updated standings from last night to get into that were affected by that MegaSota game night.
Oh, yeah, newcomer into 10th place, Sarah Honey. We see her all the time. She's at VFW Austin, now in 10th place. Shooting up from 10th into 9th, we got Chapster over at Moe's. Good job to both those players moving up in the standings.
Awesome stuff. And then falling from 5th into 7th, we got Keith at Billy's Rockford. Actually falling from 4th to 6th, we got Keeves over at Clearwater Corners. Causing all that commotion is Brizo coming in from 7th into 5th over at Underground Bar and Grill. Fourth place, also causing some commotion, is Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill, rising from 6th to 4th. So nice job to you guys. But the top three is still the same, with third being Devoided at Roadside, second Bergara over at Southtown Lanes, and first place now in the 1 Million Point Club for Get UD over at VFW Austin.
Definitely some crazy stuff there. The only shakeup in the location side of the standings, previously in 4th, now in 3rd, VFW Northfield has passed up the Mabel Liquor Store. And also Corner Pocket and Rice got into the 2 Million Point Club.
Nice.
But if you guys want to stay up to date with all the shakeups, go to our Facebook page and give it a like and follow. But we have a player spotlight we need to get into before you guys get enrolled into some Twins bingo, some Vikings bingo, I mean. And our player spotlight's Corey over at American Legion Maple Lake, who took home $37,000 over the weekend. And over at American Legion Maple Lake, you're supporting the American Legion Maple Lake. And their mission is to enhance the well-being of American veterans, their families, our military, and our community by their devotion to mutual helpfulness.
That's right. So definitely some awesome stuff, and it always leads us right back to whenever you guys play pilot games, your community wins. We'll see you guys in a minute.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day.
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Come on, let's get stinking rich. Smell you later. Smells like money. Five free plays awarded. That smells wild. It doesn't get any better than that. Smells like a big one. Five times multiplier. It's raining cash. You gotta play to win.
Hey guys, and we are here for some Vikings bingo. We got $7,830 available in this game, and so make sure you're getting enrolled in press and play next 15 seconds. Should be some really fun stuff, but we will be streaming all these games to you guys live on the Pilot TV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
Awesome stuff. But of course, we have been sending out those Pilot TVs to a lot of new locations, and some of them include the following. We're going to shout them out really quick: Whiskey Hill Grill, the Maurer Brothers Liquor, Pooter's Sports Bar, Tony's Saloon, The Stumble Inn, BJ's Bar and Grill, TJ's Tavern on an off sale, and Kim's Saloon and Grill.
Definitely some great names getting those Pilot TVs, and we can't wait to see some more get those names. We already got players 2 balls away from this line prize of $8, and we'll also be working on an $8 large M, and that jackpot has grown to $7,808. Hopefully we can give out the jackpot in these next 10 games, and if you do so, you'll be getting added to our jackpot list. Before I get into the details of our jackpot list, we do have a line prize winner.
That's right. We got Bala over at Westside Tavern and Dak over at Bleacher Sports Bar, taking away and splitting up the line prize. Nice job to you guys.
Yeah, definitely some great winners right there. Now we're working on the large M of $8. We do have our weekly jackpot list. We've given out 21 jackpots over the last 7 days, 266 jackpots during this season 12. I mean, a really good season 12. And 2 of them got added to the list just yesterday.
That's right. Starting it off with Sherry G over at Mission Tavern, winning $759. Nice job to you, Sherry G. And then G Pav over at Mama T's Castle Tap took away $816, ending off the night with a pretty good jackpot.
Yeah, good job to all the winners yesterday, just getting, some solid jackpots. But we are still working on these prizes. Hopefully we can give out this large M nice and early, as we have Jula Bula and Joe H. Now it's Loser Dave in that race. Good to see Loser Dave actually using the L on his name.
Yes.
As the last few lunchtimes I've been seeing the Boozer Dave.
Yeah.
And that doesn't earn him points towards the standings. And he's one of the top players in our standings.
That's right.
But has fallen back quite a few spots from his former first place ranking that he had just a few weeks ago.
Yep. I do like Boozer Dave, though.
I do. I like the name. I love the name. I love the name.
Maybe next season he can start off with Boozer Dave and just, it's a new awakening.
Run with it for the entirety of the season. We do have a winner on this large M, though.
That's right. It's Joe H. over at Tasty Pizza Hangar 45, taking away the large M. Nice job to you. But we have moved past the jackpot on this game. We are on the must-go of $12 on the coverall, and we got Kirby over at VFW Lane, only 1 ball away.
Oh, yeah. We have a new E-Tab game that just got released a few weeks ago that you should definitely check out. Stinkin' Rich. It's a super fun E-Tab game. Check out the Keys to Riches bonus and see if you can win some great prizes.
100%, but we do have Dak over at Bleacher Sports Bar taking away the coverall. Nice job to Dak, Joe H., and of course Abala over at Westside Tavern. All of them at taking away wins on this game.
Oh yeah, definitely great winners in this first game of Vikings Bingo. We're now getting rolled to game number 2 with that jackpot continuing to grow into this next one. But we were talking a little bit about Stinkin' Rich. Definitely one of my favorites of the E-Tab games that we have. Got a great design. Love the color scheme, and also, who doesn't want to, what do you want to name the skunk?
Oh, man. I think, doesn't he already have a name?
I don't know if he does have a name already.
Oh, man. I don't know. Like, what if his name is just like El Stink?
El Stink?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Or maybe, just like, I don't know.
I think it'd be like El Stinke.
Oh, maybe like just like stinky, but it's like STINQUE.
Ah.
So it's like a little fancy.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind where you're going with that. Definitely some great stuff there. I actually, my dad, he used to make up bedtime stories, and that's purely because us as kids, we only wanted him to tell his made-up bedtime stories. We had books that he could read, but we were like, no, make up a story for us. And so he created a character called Stinky Face, which was a squirrel that basically when he was born, he stank, and so then they named him Stinky Face. That's his origin story. But he just lives in a chaotic world where he makes mistakes all the time and learns lessons from these mistakes. And it all comes back to the fact that he wants to combine colors. That's all he wants to do, no matter where he's at. Chemistry, auto parts, whatever it is, he wants to combine the colors. And so, different chords. Blue and green always belong together, and so then he would blow up whatever he was working on, and it was a great time. But you just remind me of that by David the Skunk Stinky, and I was like, oh, good old Stinky Face, childhood classic of mine that no one else will get to live through.
That's so funny. Did you ever read the story about the Stinky Cheese Man?
No.
Oh my goodness, that was such a funny one. It was like some weird book I had that had like I think like different renditions of old fairy tales and like also like original stories too. And I think the Stinky Cheese Man was like one of the original ones, and he was like just like a little stinky cheese man who ran around and nobody wanted to be friends with him because he was stinky. And then I think he like found like somebody like a creature that liked Stinky, and so he ended up hanging out with them and being happy.
And got a best friend.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Bed's checking in. He said Stinky Pete.
Nice.
Is a name for him.
Stinky Pete's good.
And then he also
Yeah.
said Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew. I like it.
Yeah, but that's the skunk off of
Yeah.
Looney Tunes, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so definitely some great stuff there. You guys could stay up to date with all those new e-tabs getting released if you give us a like and follow on our Facebook page. It's as easy as searching up Pilot Games in that search bar, and you should be able to see our logo. Click on that, and you'll see weekly bingo schedules, event details, reminders, big progressives, player pictures, as well as a website link, which has links to our bar locations, our other socials, and pgl.world. So everything you could possibly need is on that Facebook page. Definitely check it out.
This is it. The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales.
That is
that's the book.
That is great.
Yep.
I wish I would have heard of this as a kid, because
Yeah.
I would have definitely gotten behind it.
Yep.
We do
Yep.
have a line prize going out though.
That's right. It's going to Scoot over at G. Allen's, taking away that line prize. Nice job to you, Scoot.
Oh, yeah, but now we're working on that $9 large M, and we'll be playing this Vikings bingo all the way till 1 p.m. Right at 1 p.m., we'll be switching over to the Jackpot 125 cent edition, running from 1 to 4. The prizes are sitting pretty good, as there's a minor prize of $82 you can take home in 56 balls or less, a major prize of $1,216 you take home in 49 balls or less, and a $25,000 jackpot you could take home in 43 balls or less.
Awesome stuff. But of course, right afterwards, from about 4 to 6 p.m., we have the happy hour live stream going on. And during that time, we can get 2 chances at Lucky for Bingo. The first chance happening right at 4 p.m. to start off the live stream, and you can get a chance over $35,000 during that time. If none of the jackpots go out, though, or if only one of them does, all the jackpots that stick around will be going on to the second chance of Lucky for Bingo right at 6 p.m., where we can get another chance at them. But between those 2 games, we have 23 games of Game Day Bingo to get into. And this time around, it's the 50-cent cards. During this time from 4 to 6, we can get the minor. It's at $0 to start things off, so it's starting off fresh. But it's at 52 balls or less to win right off the bat, and every single game it rises 2 balls. So, I mean, no matter what the cash amount is at, it will get up to like 60 balls pretty quick.
Oh, yeah, and the fact that you gave out the minor jackpot in the very final game of last Game Day Bingo means that the Musco jackpot is still available from that game, and so you get the chance at the double Musco.
That's why it was like that.
In the first game afterwards. So you'll get a chance at a double Musco in the very first game of Game Day Bingo today.
Wow. Okay, so that's why I was I didn't even know about that.
Yes.
So because that was kind of one of my first times playing Game Day Bingo. But before we get more into Game Day Bingo, because it's pretty new, we do have Bala over at Westside Tavern taking away that large M. You must like ballin'.
Yes, exactly. We do also have that Musco coverall prize of $14 going out to Dak over at Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill. Good job to all the winners in this game number 2 of Vikings Bingo. We're now getting enrolled into game number 3.
That's right. But of course,
but you didn't know the rules of Game Day Bingo. How only one jackpot goes out if it goes out. So let's say you win it in the majors 51 balls or less and the minors 52 balls or less. You win it in 51 balls or less. You take home the major, but you don't take home the minor jackpot, even though you won it in the right ball count, because you only win the largest of the jackpots.
Oh, okay, I see.
And so it's really fun. The minor jackpot, it just means that you basically get a second opportunity of a really good prize. I mean, like $80 most of the time. It seemed like last game day during Monday. It was the general post-game double Musco game, which was always super fun.
I like them double Muscos, to be honest. That's pretty awesome.
I think it makes it really nice for those players. I mean, after the first, a lot of times that jackpot goes out and you're like, oh, why should I play? I mean, there's not a really good opportunity to win a good prize after that prize went out. But now it gives a little bit more incentive to get back into the game.
No, 100%. You can get a good Musco prize right after that little minor goes out. So, I mean, it's a nice chance at some cash right afterwards. But, of course, After all 23 games of those game day bingo games and those 2 games of Lucky 4 bingo, we have some Skull Bingo $1 cards going on tonight. Normally, it goes on from 6 to 10 p.m., but since we have a PGL specialty night going on, it will be running from 6 to 7 and then from about 9 to 10. During those 2 times, we can get a chance at the line prize. It's at $135 to start off the night and 10 balls or less to win. That large frame jackpot is at $2,408 and 43 balls or less to win. And that coverall jackpot is looking probably the best prize out of these ones, I would say. It's at $31,753 and 50 balls or less to win.
Definitely some awesome stuff there. Come out for Skull Bingo from 6 to 7 and then from 9 from all the way till 10. Because tonight from 7 to 9 we have a Twins Wednesday where me and Will are going to be bringing a bunch of PGL points in the Twins studio and going to try and give out a bunch of prizes as well. It's very similar to just last night's specialty night, MegaSota game night. I know a lot of players, that's their favorite night to come out and play some live bingo. And that happens at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Again, bunch of PGL point action as well as some great prizes like their grand finale. They got $36,585 on their grand finale of Jackpot Jungle where they could take home take that home in 54 balls or less.
Oh, 100%. So definitely try and get out on there. But tonight we got Twins Wednesday going on from 7
I did talk
to 9.
about Twins Wednesday.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yes.
Okay.
Both of them checked off the list.
Awesome.
We talked about our
Let's
PGL
go.
nights. Super fun stuff on our PGL nights. It's my at least I may be a little biased, but Twins Wednesday, my favorite night of bingo.
Oh, 100%. Both are definitely some great nights to get in some PGL action. But while you guys are getting enrolled for this last second game, we got some national days to get into. And starting it off is a pretty good one. It's World Gratitude Day. This day on September 21st brings in the entire globe together in a day of thankfulness. The celebration joins individuals, nations, and organizations sharing their gratitude in various ways.
Oh yeah, there's so many different ways to show your gratitude. I mean, there's just words of encouragement, of bringing up somebody that you can give to. I mean, there's a lot of important people that definitely need gratitude. Your parents, maybe if you have a really good boss. Maybe if you have a really good friend.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We got Jen over at Steve-O's taking home a $7 line prize. Now we're working on a $7 large jump. But no, there's lots of reasons to give gratitude. Let's talk about somebody that we may want to get in contact today and just send some of our gratitude to because they deserve it. I'll start off. I'll say my grandparents. I need to give them their great grandparents, and I should probably contact them more often. I usually have a weekly breakfast with one of my grandparents, and so I need to get that back started again. So send him over. Tell him that he's a great grandpa, and also schedule up a breakfast with him. I think that that's gonna be how I celebrate this day.
Yeah, 100%. I think I don't know. Maybe today. I'm not too sure. I got a lot to be grateful for, I guess. But I'm not too sure. I guess I'll have to think it over and really, maybe I'll give thanks to multiple people today.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of today is gratitude can be shared in multiple ways, and there's lots of ways to spread that gratitude. Next up on our National Day list is National Chai Day. On September 21st, the aroma filling the room comes from an ancient spice, perfectly steeped into a cup of delicious tea. National Chai Day celebrates the strong, satisfying tea that is ordered at cafes across the country.
Awesome stuff. But yeah, National Chai. I like chai, to be honest.
I'm a huge fan. That's probably what I get most of the time in the morning is a nice iced chai with a shot of espresso in it as well to get that bit of a caffeine boost. Because I'm not a huge coffee drinker, I think it's a great alternative.
No, 100%. But of course, we do have a winner. It is Gina over at what is that? Murr's? Yeah, Murr's Cedar Chess taking away the large M. Nice job to you, Gina. And then we do have Sinbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven taking away the coverall. Nice job to you, Sinbob, Gina, and Jen all winning on this game.
But we did have Mad Dog checking in. letting us know that asking if we still see the messages from the app. Yes, Mad Dog, we do see those messages. The app is a little finicky at times, and so it will delete messages. Sometimes certain people can see other messages, and other people can't see other messages. So it's always a little weird on how we can how we answer, how we see those ones, especially on the Player Connect app.
Yeah.
There's other great ways, I mean, for you to check in. I know our Twitch.
Yeah.
If you comment on our Twitch, we'll always get that message, and we'll always be able to respond. On our YouTube, whenever that's up, you can always comment on that, and we'll always respond to those comments. The Player Connect app, the only one that's a little finicky at times.
Yeah.
Even our Facebook page. If you message in our Facebook, if you message in on our Facebook page, we'll usually respond to those as well.
Yeah, 100%. So definitely pretty cool stuff. But yeah, be sure to check in. We do love getting comments and stuff from you guys, and we do love like getting your opinions on cool things too, like our national days or maybe your sports takes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I remember the Yags crew used to give me their sports takes all the time, and definitely I think a Mad Dog has some sports takes that he needs to say. As I was defending Kirk Cousins while we were in Minnesota last week, and after last week, I think he has a lot of ammunition to come back at me and let me know that Kirk Cousins is not the quarterback he wants. I personally want to give him a little bit more opportunities.
Yeah.
It was a rough game. I have to give it to him. It was not Kirk Cousins' best game, just last one. But
do you think that they would try and trade Kirk Cousins in the middle of the season if he continues not performing?
I don't see that happening. I mean, I think if they got into the situation where they're gonna be rebuilding kind of thing, and they're gonna end up with a nice draft pick, they don't have any kind of reason to play crazy good football and compete for a playoff spot kind of thing, then I would say maybe that could be a possibility. But I think outside of that, there's not really that big of a possibility. There's also not that many teams that would be willing to take on Kirk Cousins' contract in a trade, and so that's where it gets a little iffy. And you need a team that's not set on quarterback as well. And I feel like the team just got a lot of NFL teams just got an influx of a bunch of QB talent, and so we'll see. There's a lot of young talent around the league that people are trying to check out. He could have a spot to land, but I don't know.
I mean, you also have to think too. It's who really wants to pick up Kirk Cousins when there's other QBs on the market too.
Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's actually exactly what I was thinking about with this 49ers. That's really the only one I could think of.
Yeah, especially with Trey Lance being hurt, we could take a chance at a quarterback that's young, that has a future. Get Trey Lance in the trade as well, kind of thing. Also take Jimmy Garoppolo on for the season, kind of thing, and then finish off the season as a Viking kind of thing. You basically get Kirk Cousins in a different form with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they're very comparable quarterbacks. Yeah. And so I think
if anything, Jimmy Garoppolo is just a lesser version of Kirk Cousins, but I feel makes even less mistakes just because he makes less plays.
Yeah, he's an interesting player. I don't know where they're better than each other, where they're worse than each other, but they're just very comparable, being that pocket quarterbacks that run well in a very set system. Yeah. We do have a line prize going out to Jesse over at the West Side Tavern, taking home $9. Now we're working on a $9 large M. But I'm sure there's a lot of Minnesota fans that are calling for Kirk Cousins' head on this one, just because of the contract number. And I get it. When you pay a guy that much, you expect a little bit higher QB play. Yeah, but we'll move on to our next National Days, because we'll get back into Vikings news, believe it or not, later on in the broadcast. And our next National Day is National New York Day. As we continue our tour of the states, September 21st brings us to National New York Day, honoring the Empire State.
Awesome. Yeah, New York is a really cool state. What's your favorite part of New York?
Ooh, I don't know.
I think if I were to visit anywhere in New York, I would probably want to visit New York City.
Oh, yes. I was trying to think of my favorite thing, specifically in New York City, kind of thing, because that's all I thought about was New York City when you said New York. So obviously, I would like to go to New York City, but what would be my favorite thing in New York City? I don't.
Man, I feel like I don't even know, to be honest.
A Yankees game. That's
Yeah,
my
a
number one
Yankees
thing
game.
that I would like
That
to
would be
go to.
cool.
At
That would be cool.
Yankees, I mean, one of the biggest organizations of all time, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, why go to New York when you can just go to New Jersey and get all the New York football?
there you go. Oh, yeah. No. But I think probably going to a Yankees game is what I would like to do the most if I was over there in New York.
Very true. Yeah.
We do have a winner, as we have B. Dale over at Sidewinders taking home $9 as we click past that coverall to a Musco of $13.
Awesome stuff. But I mean, a Knicks game would be fun too, to be honest. Going to
Yes.
yeah.
I think that's again, like you say, really iconic franchise that's been there for forever. Just you'd want to go to something like that.
Very true.
But well, let's find some fun facts about it. The city's original name was New Amsterdam.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But before we get further, though, we do have Budget X'd over at Red Fox Tavern taking away that coverall. Nice job to you, Budget.
Well, the Big Apple has an unusual story. The city actually name has an interesting story behind it, and as one of its nicknames does too, a Big Apple referred to prizes awarded to horse racing events in the 1920s. That since the term meant the ultimate prize or the best, many musicians and journalists started referring to New York with this name, the Big Apple.
Oh, that makes sense. That's pretty cool, though.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of thought that's what it meant. It's just the Big Apple is like, but I guess I didn't know it was like from horse racing.
Yes,
that's cool.
I didn't realize horse racing. That was
Yeah.
the thing I wouldn't have picked up on.
I kind of forget that horse racing was like a huge thing in American history.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it
I mean, it was
really
a
big.
massive sport.
Like baseball and horse racing was like the two things.
Yes.
Like that's so funny to me. Now it's like so heavily dominated by like, or at least popular wise, so heavily dominated by like football. And
If we were talking about
basketball.
Kentucky, Kentucky Derby is definitely one of my top things I want to go to at some point.
I agree.
Like, like if I was in Kentucky, like that's probably the number one thing I would want to do if I was there.
That would be pretty cool. No, yeah, Kentucky has a lot of really cool things too. Kentucky would be a really cool like state to visit.
Yeah, it definitely would be.
But-
You'd have to like give yourself a full week to fully
Yes.
like go around everywhere.
Oh man, Clay, Kentucky, you got to go there. That's where some of my extended family lives, and
Oh.
it is such a small town. It's one of the smallest I've ever been to.
Really?
The main store is a gas station, and it's like a kangaroo gas station chain in Kentucky.
Really?
And they actually have a good amount of groceries there because
Oh, okay,
like,
'cause-
that's
yeah,
where they
yeah.
have to go.
Yeah, so it's actually a nice gas station
Yeah.
because that's where everyone goes and shops.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Well, we'll go over one more fun fact about New York City because we'll talk
Yes.
more about them tonight.
Yeah.
And the first pizzeria in the U.S. opened in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too surprised by that. I would be surprised if it wasn't, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. That would be.
Like
It would be.
the first pizza chain was opened in Maine. It's like,
be like,
okay, guys.
No, false.
Doing weird things up there, but okay.
Well, we'll continue on with our next national days because we still have two more to go through.
That's right. And this next one is food related. It is National Pecan Cookie Day. Each year on this day, people across the United States celebrate National Pecan Cookie Day.
Yeah, I mean, pecans are good, cookies are good. Combine them together, you get something even better.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's just like the butter cookie with pecans in it and stuff like that. Yeah,
super simple
it's
and it's
really,
tasty.
really good. Yeah,
I love
like 'em.
love a good simple cookie, and a good butter pecan cookie is always just top tier.
I agree. Do you like the biscotti?
Biscotti.
It's like the cookie.
Yes.
It's like the coffee. And
Yes, I know what
tea
you're talking about.
biscuits.
Yes.
Yeah. I like the ones that are dipped in chocolate with like pecans like covering them too.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen that.
It's so good.
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
so good.
I've had the chocolate covered ones. I
Yes.
haven't had the chocolate covered with pecans on
Yeah.
top. I think I could get behind that all
It's
day,
really good.
every day.
Yeah.
We are in this next game of Vikings Bingo. We have a $7 line prize, $7 large M, and a $7,977 coverall.
That's why Ben, when we were talking about New York and the Big Apple being linked to horse racing, he checked in and let us know he knew it was horse racing this whole time. He's very tied into the horse racing world.
Yes.
He's more in the underworld of horse racing, like the black market.
Oh, there was actually a point in Ben's life where he was planning on being a horse racer.
Yes.
And he was because he was. I mean, he wasn't short, but he was shorter,
Yeah.
you know, and super light,
Yeah.
and so he was perfect for a jockey. And then his sophomore year of high school came around, and it ruined his opportunities, his dreams to be a jockey in the Kentucky Derby when he grew from 5'8" to like 6'4" in 1 year.
5'8". I was like, yes, like this is exactly what I wanted. I can be a jockey. But then he was like, no, I'm 6'4" now.
Exactly. He was so upset. It took him a while.
Yeah.
He actually just like his junior year, he kind of just slept on a recliner for the entire time just because he was just so upset.
Yeah.
And it was a tough time for him. We do have 30 balls dropped in this game as we have Yo-Yo at the Red Go taking home that $7 line prize.
100%. No, that's why he's gotten back into weightlifting because he hopes that just the weight will smush him down back to like 5'8" size.
Yeah, he's under the impression that he's like, I can be the horse.
Yes. Exactly. You just have to get strong enough.
That's his goal.
Yeah.
Is to be
He's trying to perfect his gallop.
Exactly. That's Ben's new dream.
No, it's funny because you know about that guy that actually believes in the workout of like running around his house on his forearms.
Yes, I've seen that. That. He's gotten really good at it.
Yes.
Like I've watched from the very start when it was like day 30 when he was doing it.
Yeah.
And like now he's on like day like 800 and like some 900
he's been doing
and something.
I feel like it's made him a better athlete.
Yeah, he's incredible on his hands, like handstands and his mobility.
I feel
really
like he
impressive.
just was before though.
Oh, he definitely was naturally inclined because when I started watching him doing it, he was better than what I would be right now, at least for sure. And I think even after a month of practicing, I would still not be as good as he was starting off.
Yeah.
But he definitely got significantly better.
Yes, exactly. But of course, we do have a couple winners on this game. We got Yo-Yo Red Goat winning the line, SNS over VFW Blaine taking away the large M, and then of course Sin Bob finishing off strong over Corky's Bar South Haven and taking away that coverall. Nice job to all the winners on this one.
Ooh, that's a big time win though.
Yeah, he's been winning a couple times
with Sin Bob. I mean, well, hopefully we see Nan out there trying to catch.
She is out there
because I mean, we've seen both of them. I don't know if I've seen Nan get a win yet, but I think we've seen Nan out there playing. We are getting enrolled into a game number 6, so make sure you guys are continuing to get enrolled. Press play as these prizes are growing into this next game. Our next national day, it's a little bit more serious of a national day. It's actually a world day, as it's World Alzheimer's Day. And this is celebrated on September 21st and puts a little highlight on everybody in the health organizations, families, friends that deal with either have or deal with someone in their life that they care about with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, just, it's one of those awareness type days just to raise awareness about efforts regarding, the fight against Alzheimer's and that sort of thing, and just research on it as well.
Oh, yeah, because dream is that someday we'll find a solution for it.
No, exactly.
That is definitely may seem like an unattainable dream at certain points, but with enough technology, we've seen things that seem like miracles to other people.
Yeah.
But we're used to it because we've grown up in technology.
Exactly.
But you go back 30 years from now, you show them some of the stuff we have, they'd be like, "That's magic."
Yeah.
So always putting in support for those things, and World Alzheimer's Day. Sending out to a little bit of luck to anybody who has anyone in their lives or they do themselves deal with this disease. Next up is our Twins news, though, which is not good news, and they are 73-75. And the Kansas City Royals held off the rapidly fading Minnesota Twins 5-4 on Tuesday night to open their final homestand of the season. Not what we wanted to see from our Twins. I was hoping that we'd get off the gates against the Royals going strong so that we could start getting to that over 500 mark. But no, we did not. It was was a close game, but we were
Yeah.
not able to get the win.
No, it's funny. We were talking about it last night on the happy hour stream about just like, hey, we have a 1% chance to make the playoffs. If we can go perfect to end the season, a 15-0 run,
Yes.
that would be how we would do it. But it's just not looking like it. I mean, we're starting off with a loss. I don't even know if it's possible anymore.
Yeah, so it's tough, but I definitely want to see us finish over that 500 mark.
I agree.
That's the big thing for me is I want to see us finish over that 500
don't want another
mark.
losing season.
Yeah, don't want the losing season just because it wasn't a rebuild season. We don't have a bunch of young talent. Like we want it to be ending on a positive note, and we can get it turned around as we have 2 more games against the Royals, and one of them is happening actually tonight as we are over there in Kansas City taking them on at 7:10 p.m.
Awesome stuff. And then we do have that next game against them tomorrow. I think it's more of an early game in the afternoon. But we can check on that really quick just to make sure.
Yeah, we can find out.
Let's take a look when they're
at 1:10.
Sweet. So 1:10 tomorrow, and then tonight at 7:10 for you guys. So that will finish out the Royals series. And then we got the Angels, and then the White Sox, and then the Tigers, and then the White Sox.
Yeah, and we come to a close of the season on October 5th.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, really, really soon. What's even crazier is our Wild are just around the corner now.
That's right. Timberwolves too.
Preseason starts this weekend for the NHL.
Wow.
Which is really, really crazy stuff. It feels like it just flew by. I'm excited for the NHL preseason to get started and start talking about our Wild because I think they're going to surprise some people with how good they are.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think with the influx of young talent, I mean, like, you never know. They could be like studs in there.
Oh, yeah. But as we are talking about our Twins, we need to talk about our Twins bingo that combines with our Vikings bingo and all the points you earn during those games, our lunchtime bingo games, which we call the Twiking Zone.
That's right. But before we get into the top 10 players, we do have Goober over at JB's Tavern taking away that line prize. Nice job to you.
He's a goober, but not goofy.
That's right. No goofiness going on here. But of course, starting it off in that top 10, we got Putz over at Lucky's Tavern. Excuse me. Putz over at Lucky's Tavern has 56,000 points. They are sitting in 10th place. 9th place, we got T-Bone over at Poppers with 77,000 points. 8th place, we got Tez over at Poppers with 88,000 points. 7th is Red over at American Legion Fridley with 90,000 points. 6th place is Caribou over at Trail Stop Tavern with 119,000 points. 5th is Mikey Wins over at Broadway Bar and Pizza in Champlin with 146,000 points. But before I go further, we do have a split win on the large end.
Yeah, it's between Tara and Mikey Wins. Tara's over at Hunter's Bar, and Mikey Wins over at Steve O's, splitting up $11. As we did click past that coverall to a must-go prize of $17. Bunch of players already 1 ball away. So we'll probably just wait for it to go out before we hop back into the standings again, because you'll say 1 player, and then it's going to go out, and there it is.
Nice. Kathy, 49-30 over at Spalding House, taking away the coverall. Nice job to you and the rest of the winners on this game. But now we're going to get into the top 5 of these standings. Mikey Wins, I just talked about him in 5th over at Broadway Bar, 146,000 points. 4th, we got Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park with 163,000 points. 2nd place is now a 2-way tie between Nan over at Corky's Bar in South Haven and Sinbob over at Corky's Bar in South Haven as well. They both have 177,000 points, with Nan actually just getting into this tie from yesterday. So nice job to Nan. But it's looking like so far today, Sinbob may have inched out of that tie, getting 2nd place back to himself. But until tomorrow, we won't be seeing any more of that. 1st place, though, for now is Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine. They got 187,000 points. So Nan and Sinbob may be moving ever closer, though.
Oh, yeah. But on to the location side of these standings. 10th place, we got Cooper's Restaurant Egan with 69,000 points. With 76,000 points in 9th place, we got Halfley's Bar in Richmond. 8th place is Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 107,000 points. With 108,000 points, just slightly ahead of Carboni's Pizza, we got Menninger's Sports Hub Hub in La Crescent. 6th place is our place on 3rd and Faribault with 182,000 points. With 185,000 points in 5th place, we got VFW Blaine. 4th place is Poppers in Virginia with 253,000 points. With 336,000 points in 3rd place, we got Corky's Bar South Haven. 2nd place is American Legion Fridley with 357,000 points. And that number 1 location, it's with a whopping 515,000 points. They're the reigning champions, and they're looking to win it again in this season. It's VFW Spring Lake Park.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to you guys so far, and of course the rest of the standings for the players and the locations. But, you know, while you guys are waiting for the next game or you feel like taking a little break, maybe you can try out one of our E-Tab games because we got over 70 different charitable ones that you can choose from. Right now, out of the 70, we're listening to Home on the Range. It's a Minnesota-themed E-Tab game. It's pretty cool. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. But, of course, I don't know. What is your favorite little detail about Home on the Range?
I mean, just the fact that it highlights the history of the Minnesota Iron Range. I mean, that's probably obviously the coolest part of it.
It's pretty cool.
But I'll go with specifically just game-wise, not anything like, you know, like what it's themed after and everything like that. I'm going to go with the gold man with the shovel and pickaxe that's just completely all gold. He's just dripped out to the max.
He's just going crazy in there. I mean, he's just like kind of flexing. I mean, he's just, I don't even know why he's there.
I don't know why either.
He's just chilling. He's like, yo, I'm just here chilling. I mean, he might have struck first, to be honest. That just might be the dude that's got lucky.
Yeah, that may be it.
Yeah, he's the one that found out. I was like, dude, there's a range here that we can mine from.
Exactly. What's
Mr. Joe.
Your favorite part?
My favorite part might be the moose one. I like the little moose icon. But I think it's the beautiful backdrop, to be honest.
It definitely has a great design on the backdrop, showing off the mountains, hills, and kind of what you basically get to see if you're just driving around in Minnesota.
Oh, exactly. Oh, I loved driving. Like when we were kind of out of the city, because the city is really cool too. But I've been to a lot of different cities. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's you've been to a city the size of Minneapolis. You've been to all the cities the size of Minneapolis.
Exactly,
kind of
and it's the same for Detroit, Chicago, et cetera, et cetera. There's little cool things about each city, but normally urban areas, I feel like it's all big buildings and stuff like that.
Yes.
But like the rural area, it was beautiful.
They were able to keep the vegetation out there
on the highways
really
and stuff.
well. It was super cool.
It was really
We
cool.
do have Jen over at Steve-O's and Crystal taking home $12. Now working on a $12 large M. But enough about Home on the Range.
Yes.
Beautiful out there in Minnesota, and you get to kind of capture that in this great E-Tab game.
100%.
But we have 70 different shareable E-Tab games, so
That's right.
whatever theme you want to find, you can probably find it in those E-Tabs. Play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 with awesome bonus and free play rounds.
Awesome stuff. So definitely check them out. Let us know which one is your favorite, and we'll give you a little bit of a shout out if you check in on the broadcast. But of course, while you guys are trying to get at this cover-all jackpot of $8 grand and 52 balls or less to win, we got a little bit of music history to get into. And actually, starting off all the way back in 1978, do you remember the 21st night of September? The first line of Earth, Wind, and Fire song isn't really written for any particular reason. It just kind of sounds good.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
I would have totally expected that, like, this 21st of September had some kind of meaning to one of the band members of Earth, Wind, and Fire. But it was just because it rhymed with remember.
Yeah, that's right.
That is great.
I kind of like it. It's like now you can just kind of attribute your own like meaning to it.
Exactly. It has no meaning to them. It just can have meaning to you. You can make the 21st night of September important.
Exactly. So maybe go out and do something on the 21st night. Make it a holiday for yourself.
That's a good idea. I mean, like you can. I mean, get married.
100%.
You know, propose on the 21st.
Exactly. Make that your like walk down the aisle song.
I know, something crazy. You could make it really cool. We do have Lucky Tim over at Lakefront Bar taking home $12 on that large M, and we have an $18 Musco coverall going out to Deb over at VFW Wells. Good job to all of our winners in this game number 7.
Yes.
Game number 7. We are now getting enrolled into game number 8. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled and press play.
Awesome stuff. But we do have a player checking in. It's J-Man. He checked in on the app. He said, do we just watch it? Yeah. I mean, you can watch it. You can check in. If you check in, like, with, like, comments and stuff, we will totally talk to you. About any opinions you may have regarding sports, other cool stuff we're talking about.
We have random fun games on there, so if you're just looking for a time waster, there is fun little random PCS games
There is.
that you can play. There's also you can also play the live bingo at the certain bar locations, which you can find those bar locations on our Facebook page if you want to give it a like and follow. And if you go there, you can get an iPad and you can play the games that they're playing right here and get maybe your name on one of these winner bars, taking home a must-go or even a jackpot.
Very, very true. And you can even check out the sports link, too, and pick out your squares for the next Vikings game coming up.
Yes, definitely do that. Super, super cool stuff. Glad for you to check in. So here's a little bit of luck for you throughout the rest of the day, just for checking in.
That's right.
But some music history. You just talked about how today the line, "Do you remember the 21st night of December," was written for no particular reason, which is really funny. But also in 2001 on today, the benefit concert America, a tribute to heroes, airs on most major TV networks, raising over $128 million for victims of the September 11th attack.
Wow.
Performers include Bruce Springsteen, Neil Young, Paul Simons, Billy Joel, Tom Petty, and Willie Nelson.
Wow. I mean, there was another benefit concert we talked about yesterday, too, and that was for Hurricane Katrina.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's just so cool.
I think it's one of the coolest things that these artists can do is, helping out a lot of people. And they can do it in such a, $128 million. That makes a difference.
Yes. And I know it sounds, bad when you say it, but, just the fact, it gives people an incentive to donate their money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And give their money to an organization and stuff. And it's such a good way to do it. That raised, like you said, hundreds of millions of dollars. That is insane.
Yeah. So, really cool stuff. I would love to go to one of these things because, you help out people and also get to go see a crazy good concert.
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you want to give your money to something like that?
Yeah.
The lineups that they put out there are absolutely crazy. This one would definitely be a fun one as well, as we got to see a little bit of Willie Nelson action last year during PyCon.
That was awesome.
I just, thinking back on last year's PyCon, I can't wait for this year's. And make sure you guys are staying up to date on those Facebook pages to any kind of updates about that PyCon event.
Right.
And you guys can also stay up to date by signing up at pgl.world.
That's right, 100%. And you can also visit pilotgames.com/PyCon, and that will also have any updates regarding PyCon too. But of course, speaking of PGL.world, you better sign up there today because it is super easy. You can do it in 26 seconds like I did. And all those PGL players compete for points. They have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great stuff in it. So definitely check it out. Let us know what you think. We love hearing your feedback about all that kind of stuff, especially regarding our PGL and awesome ETAP games and stuff.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there. Definitely get signed up. And some new players that got signed up are J. Marie, Otter1, West Die, Epiphany G, RJL Roy, HH246, Heidi H16, Jules, Andre, Squilliam, Bartender, Telewatt 1, Remmer89, SNM, Jeff D, Tracy 56, Lucky GPA, Barb K, Hikukaka, and Ms. Wolf, as well as Sarah Liz, Bakonk, Too Fresh, MJT, and 4 Broke 1.
Awesome stuff. But we do have a winner from the line prize. It's Goober over at JB's Tavern taking it away. Nice job to you, Goober.
Yeah, now working on that $9 large M. But tonight we have a PGL night, and those players that got signed up at pgl.world are going to be trying to get into our top 10s. Well, it's going to be a tough task to do, as a lot of these players in our top 10 have really been earning the points.
Very, very true. Starting it right off for the players, it's getting into the top 10 from outside of it. Sarah Honey over VFW Austin. Sarah Honey has 554,000 points. 9th place, rising from 10th spot, it's Chapsters over at Moe's, taking away 563,000 points. 8th place is Nixon over at VFW Roseville with 570,000 points. 7th place is falling from 5th place, Keith over at Billy's Rockford, taking away 595,000 points on the season, but we do have a winner.
Yeah, Mikey wins over at Sevo's, taking home $9. Definitely some big-time wins for that player as he's trying to move up in our Twiking Zone standings as he's in 5th place right now.
Oh, yeah, 100%. So nice job to you. Mikey wins. But, of course, following Keith, now in 6th place, falling from 4th, actually, it's Keith over at Clearwater Corners with 618,000 points. And 5th place, rising from 7th, it's Barizo over at the Underground Bar and Grill with 623,000 points. 4th place, rising from 6th, we got Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill with 641,000 points. 3rd place, getting into the top 3, it's Devoided over at Roadside with 675,000 points. But before I get into those top 2 players, we got a winner.
Yo-Yo over at the Red Goat is taking home $13 on this one. Good job, Yo-Yo. And we are now getting enrolled into this next game. Game number 9 of Vikings Bingo, where that jackpot is still growing and rolling.
100%. But now, getting into these 2 players in the top 2, 2nd place is Bergar over at Southtown Lanes, changing up their location. 700,000 points on the season for them. In 1st place, we got Forget You D over at VFW Austin with 1,014,000 points, now in a league of their own in the 1 million point club.
Yeah, the first player to do it. Really good stuff for Forget You D. But on to the location side of the standings. 10th place, we got the Rustic Saloon in Little Falls with 1,639,000 points. With 1,711,000 points in 9th place, we got the Rusty Nail Thief River Falls. In 8th place, we got LJ's in Miltona with 1,749,000 points. With 1,814,000 points in 7th place, we got VFW Austin. 6th place is the Friendly Buffalo in Big Lake with 1,847,000 points. Newly getting into the 2 million point club in 5th place, we got Corner Pocket and Rice with 2,033,000 points. With 2,196,000 points previously in 3rd, now in 4th, we got Maple Liquor Store. Really crazy stuff, because moving up from 4th into 3rd, we got the VFW Northfield with 2,270,000 points. Definitely a big rise for them. In 2nd place, we got Poppers in Virginia with 2,456,000 points. And with 2,800,000 points, trying to get into the 3 million point club in 1st place, we got Howie Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to all the players and the locations in the top 10. You guys are doing good stuff. But we only got about a minute and a half left to get into this next game. Over $8,000 is on that coverall and 52 balls or less to win. So
Yeah.
to keep that in mind, we still got that jackpot waiting for us. But in the meantime, we got a little bit of Minnesota Wild news to get into. And those Minnesota Wild I just mentioned are heading to Des Moines. On October 11th, the Wild will be hosting a free open practice for anyone to come by and look at the best hockey team on the planet, do some drills, and just hang out in Iowa. You will need to reserve your free ticket, though.
Oh, yeah, and you can find those free tickets online, so I'm sure if you search it up and try and find it, you'll be able to do so. Definitely some cool stuff. I would love to go to an open practice and see our Minnesota Wild play. But, I mean, that's going to be after a few preseason games, since the preseason for us actually gets started this weekend as we take on the Avalanche. We're going to be home against the we're going to be away against the Avalanche at 3 p.m. For that preseason game. No, it's going to be home. We're going to be in Minnesota for it.
Okay, sweet.
We're away for our first game of the official regular season.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I think that's why we're heading to Des Moines on October 11th.
Gotcha.
Because I think our first game's October 14th or something like that.
Okay. So, well, hey, looking forward to it. But it was funny. I was reading that. And I was like, a free open practice for anyone to come by, and then I was like thinking in my brain like, oh, like that's a free open practice for just people to come in and practice, just like on the ice and stuff.
Some invincible action. Is that what it's called? Invincible.
The whatchamacallit, the hockey game.
No,
I mean the movie. I mean
no. I'm talking about the Mark Wahlberg movie where he comes out for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. Oh. I thought you were talking about the hockey movie. No. I don't think where he he just walks on.
Yeah,
for
it's a true story.
There's somebody just walked on for the Eagles one time.
Yeah.
Are you able to do that?
There was like a time where they were having a player strike, And
oh yeah, I've heard of this. I think I might have seen it in school, but I didn't watch it.
yeah, and so then they had a bunch of fans and stuff like that, just regular people come out and do tryouts for him. He ended up making the team because he ran just a flying 40 time. Then becomes like a special teams like phenom for the Eagles. Has like a huge play in a huge game, like getting a pump block, I think it was. On it, which was it was just it's really entertaining. You then find out afterwards, they don't explain this to you in the movie, but you find out afterwards that he was actually a track star before trying out football. So he was a collegiate athlete.
Yeah.
He just wasn't a football player.
Yeah,
and so like he was already super fast and super athletic.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be able to translate it onto the football field, really impressive.
No, I agree. Yeah, I mean it's still very impressive because I feel like being a track athlete is a lot different than being an NFL athlete.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot more variables that go into
the only
being NFL.
way that it's any kind of like increase, like where I'm like, okay, that could probably help you out, is in special teams.
Yes,
because special teams you get that straight line speed. Like you actually get to just go straight line speed on it, which is super entertaining.
100%.
We do have Yo-Yo over at the Red Goat taking home that $9 large M. Good job, Yo-Yo. As we still have an opportunity at this $8,000 jackpot in this game, number 9.
Awesome
but that'd be hilarious if they're having some Invincible tryouts, trying to get some people on our wild team.
That would be awesome. Because like if that was true, I would be like on the way right now.
You would try out.
When I don't even know how to skate. Like I barely even know. Like I'll figure it out though.
You'd be like, I'll need a coach though.
like I'll need a coach. A good enough coach can make me the best player.
That's hilarious. Well, you guys could get a little bit of Minnesota Wild action, not by trying out for our Minnesota Wild, because that is not a thing.
No,
you guys can play the great eTab game, Let's Go Wild. Play wherever you're playing playing Pilot Games at.
100%. But we do have Gwen over at Sidewinders and Scoot over at G. Allen, splitting up that coverall. Nice job to the two of you and the rest of the winners on this game.
Oh, yeah, but now it is time for our fishing report while you guys get enrolled into the final game of Vikings Bingo. And we're checking in with the Twin City Trout Unlimited by Explore Minnesota on September 16th. And the Twin City Trout Unlimited October Fish will take place the evening of October 25th at the Summit Brewery Rathskeller in St. Paul, and space is still available. Members and non-members will enjoy beer, food trucks, socializing, and virtual presentations by Josh Jenkins, RD Manager of Scientific Anglers. Proceeds benefit Trout Unlimited youth education and outreach.
That's awesome. That sounds like a great time, to be honest.
Yeah, I would love to go out for this thing. I mean,
Oktoberfish? Are you kidding me?
You got fishing, you got beer, you got food trucks, you got socializing, and you got a bunch of other different crazy little things over there.
A presentation by Manager of Scientific Anglers. Yes, I'm paying attention to Josh Jenkins.
I know he knows more about angling than me.
100%. He's doing a virtual presentation about it.
You could take the entire current pilot office, everyone who is in the building currently, combine all of our fishing knowledge together, and this guy knows way more than we do. And you could probably put like a 10 times multiplier on our fishing knowledge, and it still doesn't reach him.
That's right. Does he have the same knowledge of Courage the Cowardly Dog, though? Probably not.
No. Avatar: The Last Airbender? Nope. I know more about that.
That's right. We watched a lot of shows during quarantine.
We did watch a lot of shows. Surprisingly, Breaking Bad wasn't one of those for me.
No, yeah, I'm surprised because that's a pretty big one. I think a lot of people got to during quarantine.
Yes, it's a long series, and so a lot of long series got a revamp of fan popularity during quarantine.
But honestly, Breaking Bad is like the perfect long series length. It's like 5 seasons, 40-minute episodes, and each like season is like 13 episodes at the most.
Yeah, I think it's just so entertaining. It's just a really good one.
Gosh.
But I'll tell you what we find also really good is when you guys send in player pictures.
Very true.
You guys can share those player pictures by sending them in on our Facebook, by emailing them to jackpots@pilotgames.com, or by posting them with the hashtag pilotgames on any of your social media. We love seeing them, either jackpot message next to your face, or you just playing with your friends like these lovely ladies right here.
No, 100%. Definitely do it. We love showing off all those pictures on the broadcast. But we do have a little bit of Minnesota Vikings stuff to get into, so we're going to take a look at what Coach O'Connell said about the outcome of the game. Starting it off, we got, when I look back on tonight, I put this one on me, said O'Connell. I don't think I did enough in game. You've got to give Philadelphia a lot of credit. I do mean it. I feel like this one's on me. I'm going to work like crazy to make sure this doesn't happen again. Valiant words from the humbled prince and a refreshing pivot from the pouting and scapegoating that emanated in years past from the one who shall not be named. I am more concerned with what the Vikings are going to do when a well-prepared defense throws a wet blanket over Justin Jefferson and dares Cousins to beat them elsewhere from a pocket of duress.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I do, it is a nice refresher from the scapegoating and blaming and stuff.
Yes.
But at the same time, I think it's cool that he took a little bit of responsibility and blame and stuff. But I do feel like it's important to say like Kirk Cousins like didn't play great.
Oh yeah, but I mean there was a lot to do with like Kirk Cousins plays within his system. Like Kirk Cousins doesn't play above his system. He never plays though bad in his system. And so when you see him play actually bad, you usually go, "Oh, that may be due to the system, not due to Kirk Cousins," because I expect Kirk Cousins to at least be like average, making the right play, where he looked like he was getting intercepted on 50% of his plays during last game, and that just screams to me like coaching errors and scheme errors and stuff like that, because a guy like quarterback who only throws about 4 to 7 interceptions in an entire season had a risk of having a 4 interception game just last one. You got to go, okay, is the scheme just putting Kirk Cousins in these situations where he physically can't make these throws, or he just it's not putting him in his comfort zones.
Yeah, I think the amount of interceptions, like you can definitely chalk that up to like, okay, that was like definitely some coaching.
I mean, it ended up only being 2 interceptions, but
well, he got 3.
Was it? And did it end up with a third at the very end?
Yeah. I think he got picked off again, like at the end.
I think it was while he was just trying to do like those deep shots and trying to come from behind. So that one's
a little garbage time.
Yeah, but the other 2, they were in game and actual real interceptions. And so.
I mean, you do have to give credit to who was picking off those passes, Darius Slay, because he does that. You know what I mean? Sometimes he is just like that, and he'll get that done.
Yeah, I've talked about it before. I mean, I've watched enough Lions games to know that he just takes over games at times. Speaking of Lions, we are taking on the Lions this Sunday at 12 p.m. Should be a lot of fun. Send some luck over to them by playing the great ETAB game, Vikings victory. Pick a letter in the skull bonus to see if you can win some great prizes. Me and John will be back for the happy hour if you want to hear a little bit more about our Vikings breakdown, because we have a lot to say about this last game. We do have Goober over at JB's Tavern taking home that final must-go prize of $15.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to all the winners on this game. Dan Campbell-tastic. Yeah. That's what I like to think. But of course, and loser Dave too. Nice job to all you guys.
Not this week. Our Vikings need to get the win.
Yeah, no, they do need to get the win. But of course, we'll debate a little bit more about the Lions and Vikings tonight. But we do have an awesome player spotlight to talk about, because this week it's Corey over at American Legion Maple Lake, winning over $37,000 from this past weekend, and winning it over at American Legion Maple Lake, and their charity of the same name is American Legion Maple Lake. Their mission statement is to enhance the well-being of America's veterans, their families, our military, and our communities by our devotion to mutual helpfulness.
Definitely some awesome stuff there. Enjoy a little bit of Jackpot 125 cent edition. Me and John will be back for happy hour from 4 all the way till 6 o'clock. So hopefully we'll see you then.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day.
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts, drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Come on, let's get stinking rich! Smell you later. Smells like money! Five free plays awarded! That smells wild! It doesn't get any better than that! Smells like a big one! Five times multiplier! It's raining cash! You gotta play to win!